Yeah. Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
Yeah, visible and voice is clear.
Fine, thank you. Yes. So in the yesterday demo session, just I was briefing you about why Python, what are the prerequisites for learning Python, how it was built, right? So just I'll take 5-10 minutes what we have discussed in the last session. So yes, Python is I define Python in 5 lines. Say general purpose programming, any kind of application we can develop by using Python, like it's automation applications, web applications, gaming applications, embedded applications, networking applications, desktop applications, wide varieties of applications we can develop using Python. Multi-programming features, what all the features we see in different other programmings, all the features we see here in Python. It's a high level language. So Python is a high level language, means easily understandable, it's portable, and machine independent, right? Interpreted language. Python is a interpretation, line by line execution, which makes debugging easy. User friendly programming or programmer friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements, right? Yeah. So there are two types of languages, low level and high level languages. Low level languages like assembly level language or machine level language, they are not human understandable, they are not portable, they're machine dependent. Means machine dependent means they cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating system. High level languages like Python, they're human understandable. Whatever code, right? That is human understandable, looks like normal English statements. They're portable and machine independent. They can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. So yes, Python has got multi-programming features, right? Python has got multiple programming features. It has got procedural-oriented programming features like C language. It has got object-oriented programming features like C++, Java. It has got scripting. It has got scripting features like shell script. It has got scripting features like shell script, and has got modular programming features like Modular 3. So just like other programming languages like C, C++, Java, shell script, Modular 3 can develop different varieties of applications here in Python. Because of this multi-programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. So just like C or C++, Java or Modular 3, we can develop applications. So once again, I say for learning Python, no need of any programming knowledge. With zero programming, there is no prerequisites for Python. Anyone can update with Python. So as part of the course, I'll be discussing procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python, right? Yes. So Python has got great boom because of this modular programming concept of modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules it is providing, right? For various domains or environment. I was saying Python and Java are the two
Excuse me.
major.
Are you talking?
Yes, my voice is clear to all. Can anyone once again, can you please confirm once? Hello? Is
Yeah,
my,
Yeah, it's clear.
yeah, it's
it's
clear.
clear and yes. So Java, right? Java, if you go back like 10 to 15 years, right? Java is mostly used. Python is very less preferred. But now, because of this modular programming modules concept, right? As Python is providing many modules towards data science, big data, for networking, for test, all this, right? So Python is mostly preferred. Year by year, the usage of Python is increasing. So Python is the number one ranked programming language today, with many applications creations and also used as an implementation language in various high-end technologies, right? So modules, 89,000 modules. So for different environments, for data science, for big data, for networking, for testing, for operating system, for every database, a separate module Python is providing. For each and every file format, Python is providing a module. In this way, 89,000 modules, Python has got inbuilt predefined modules are there, right? When for mathematical operations, for statistics, for generating graphs, right? Normal graph, bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot, pie graph, any type of graph. Today, just I'll show you some examples, right? Some sample coding of Python. Can just observe how simple the coding of Python. I'll just show you how simple generating graphs by taking one or two examples today. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications can be developed today by using Python? Mostly like web applications we can create today by using Python. Means we have got a framework, Django framework. The rapid speed you can develop a web application with very less coding, not even one-fourth coding as compared with other programming. 100 lines of Java code, 100 lines of Java code, right? Approximately I can write within 20 lines in Python. 20 lines in Python. 20 lines of Java code. 20 lines of Java code, right? I can write approximately within 4 lines in Python. Just I'll take one example and show you, right? A task. Coding wise, right? Python has Java has got a lot of programming code involved. Python very less coding, not even one-fourth coding as compared with any other programming. Python mostly used in automation application like data science, IoT, DevOps environment, where the total implementation goes in Python, like machine learning, deep learning, AI. For all this, Python is the mostly preferred language. Even for big data applications like Spark, very high speed processing, right? Spark with Python is a like PySpark. For scientific applications, Python is providing a module called CP, Scientific Python. For numerical analysis, Python is providing a module called NumPy. For graphical user interface or for animations, right? We have got separate module Python providing like PyQt, tkinter. For gaming or game development, Python providing separate frameworks like Pygame, PyCora, and some for 3D games, PySoy, right? And for scheduling tasks, Airflow, Python is providing Airflow. For testing or for test cases, and for software development, right? Software developers make use of Python as a support language. And for business applications, right? Python is one of the best choice in developing e-commerce websites. For database applications, Python can connect with any database, right? Like MySQL, Oracle, DB2, SQL Server, right? Postgres. For scraping data, from different websites, for extracting data from different websites. We go for web scraping. For audio and video applications, right? Python can be used for audio and video applications like Tim Player, C Player, some examples of this audio and video applications. CAD applications. CAD or 3D CAD applications, right? CAD or 3D CAD applications, right? For computer vision, for color detection, for face detection, object detection, right? Yes, Python is preferred. For embedded application, Raspberry Pi is one of the best example of uh, embedded application. The most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation. For data analysis, for desktop applications, right? So these are the various applications where Python is used. And who are using Python today? Top most applications built using Python. So in the yesterday session, I was briefing you about one by one, right? The companies using Python and the applications built using Python. Google, Google using Python for its web search systems. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Right. Yahoo using Python. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and ML. Instagram built using Python. The reason for Instagram choosing Python is Python hybrid features. NASA also using Python for its research and development activities. Quora, Reddit, Pinterest using Python, right? They are built using Python. Netflix using Python for its security, automation, and subscription related things. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. iRobot for military and commercial operations. Python is used. For hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing, and BitTorrent using Python for its file sharing service. And finally, the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Very less coding we see in Python. Simple syntaxes we see in Python. Looks like normal English statements. Interactive mode, right? We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. I'll show you like we have got different modes. I'll just discuss most different modes. Multi-programming features. Python has got multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings we see here in Python, and wide varieties of applications. Just now I discussed about different applications and many built-in modules. Many built-in modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different domains, right? Yes. Okay. Now, people who are from non-programming or zero programming, you can just observe, right? Python comparison with other programming. Comparison with other programming, right? Yes. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming languages. Task is accepting two values from the user. From the user keyboard, yes. And performing addition. Accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition. So this one you write in the major programming languages like Python and Java. So first write using Java, later I'll show you in Python, right? Yes. So if you've got knowledge in Java, you can just go to the following code, right? So import java.io.star, right? Input output statements. So in everything in Python, everything should be within the class. And here we have got the public static void main. Throws IO exception, right? Input stream reader, right? New input stream reader. Buffered reader. Even we can also use scanner classes, right? Buffered reader, BR, new buffered reader. System.out.println. Enter the first number. Whatever number is entered, taken as string format. So this so every statement should end with semicolon, right? So the string should be converted into integer, right? By using a method called integer dot parseInt. Integer dot parseInt of S1. Enter the second number, right? String S2 br dot readline. Integer equal to integer dot parseInt of S2. Okay. Taken as string format, converted to integer, and okay. So enter the second number taken as string format and converted to integer format. Finally saying system.out.println. System.out.println. Finally saying I plus j. This is the coding in Java. Just I'll take a minute in showing the execution in both Java and Python. So I'll copy this to a separate notepad file. I'll copy to a separate notepad file, right? I'll paste it here. Save it. File, save. I'm creating a separate folder for this batch. Python 8 a.m. batch. Save it as sample.java, sample.java, right? Now just at the bottom search panel, type CMD and press enter, right? You see like cd slash. Now change your directory, cd change your directory to Python 8 a.m. batch. Change your directory to Python 8 a.m. batch and Java C sample dot Java, say enter. If you got any errors, it will display. Otherwise, you can execute your code. No errors here. Directly you can execute your code. Java sample, right? Enter the first number 10. Enter the second number 20. Sum is 30. Yes. This is to add two numbers using Java, right? Yes. This, I don't know like how many of you understood this code. So it looks little complex to understand Java code, right? What is class? What is public static void main? What is IO exception? What is input stream reader? What is buffer reader? What is read line? What is integer dot parseInt? So the statements looks little complex to understand, right? For a new person, for a person who is from non-programming background. So it looks little complex to understand these statements. The same code I write in Python, right? So here you can see the code in 10 to 12 lines, right? Approximately you are getting in 10 to 12 lines. The same task I'll implement in Python. I'll write the same code in Python, not more than 3 lines. So directly I'll open this Python. This is the Python shell, right? Yes, Python shell. This is the Python shell, right? File, new file. Here itself we can write the code. Here itself we can execute the code, right? Observe. To add two numbers, we require two x and y, x value and y value you want. To add two numbers, you require two values. through input to function, right? You're asking enter value of x. Enter value of y. Enter value of x, input enter value of y. Print x plus y. That's it. This is the coding in Python, right? You're inputting the value of x, inputting the value of y, print x plus y. That's it. For the same task, what you have seen in Java, this is the coding in Python. Do you see any complex word or complex statements here? Looks like normal English statements. Inputting the value for x, inputting the value for y, print x plus y. But here also in Python, just like Java, whatever you input through keyboard, taken as a string. So you need to typecast to integer type. Int of you need to say. Int of you need to say. In other programming language, like Java, we use integer.parseInt. Just say int, that's enough. Int of. That's it. This is the code in Python. Input enter value of x, input enter value of y, print x plus y. Save it as test1.py extension, right? Now check it. Run module. Input enter value of x, input enter value of y, both convert to integer type. Before assigning the value to x, first convert to integer and assign. Assign it to integer and convert to integer, right? And assigning to y. Run module. Then enter value of y 20. Sum is 30. Understood that? So a very simple code here in Python. You won't see any complex word or complex statements here in Python. Yes. 1 second. Now one more example I show you, right? Some more examples of Python. If you got some values, x equal to list of values, I'll take in different order. X equal to list of values. Print x. Print x. Print x means prints the entire list. I want to know the number of elements with, for example, you got a very big list of more than 100 values. I want to know the number of elements means length. Len of x, length of x. It returns the number of elements, right? Fine. Length of x is 5. Sum of x. I want to find the sum of 30 plus 10 plus 40 plus 20 plus 50. Sum of x, sum of all the elements. Okay. For example, I want the max value. So here no need to write code. We have got many inbuilt functions, inbuilt methods are available. Might print. If I want to find the max value in other programming, right? You need to find. We need to compare the first element with each and every element, right? By loop, using a loop. Here directly say max of that x 50. Print min of that x. Min of x value is 10. Max of x is 50. Min of x is 10. Max is 50, min is 10. As sum of all the elements, max of x is 50, min of x is 10. Sorted of x arranges all the elements in ascending order. Sorted of x arranges all the elements in ascending order. Sorted of x means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Sorted of x. If you want this is in ascending order. It arranges all the elements in ascending order. You can check it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It arranges all the elements in ascending. If you want in descending, no other separate function, right? Just say sorted of x. Ascending, you will get the ascending again, you reverse it. Reverse equal to true, you say. You will get in descending order. You got in descending, right? For example, x is the list. I want to add a new element to a list. I want to append a new element of 60. That's it. X list, appending a new element 60. That's it. Print x. From the X list, I want to remove an element. Remove method. Remove 40. 40 gets removed. So do you see any complex? Sixty got added. 40 got removed here. So in this way, the Python code, yes, looks like normal English statements, very less coding. For example, okay, 89,300 modules are there. Just 89,300 modules. What is the importance of modules? Just one example, right? Commonly used module like math module. Just observe two things. One is the coding of Python, the importance of modules. Import math. I want to see what is present within the math module. dir, dir of math. It displays entire directory of math module. Directory of math, pi, power, product, sine, sin h, square root, tan h, right? For example, there are some variables like pi. There are some variables like e. I want to print their values. I want to print their values. Print within the math module, there is a variable like pi. Print within the math module, there is a variable like E. Okay. Pi value is 3.14. E value is 2.7. For example, you don't know, for example, there is a function SQRT. You don't know how to use it, how to work with it. So if you doesn't know how to use it, there is a help function in Python. Python is going to help you with the syntax. There is a just like print function, there is help function in Python. I want help on math module within that SQRT function, right? It just gives run module. So it is saying help on built-in function square root in the module math. So square root expecting one value you need to provide. It returns the square root of that value. Now you got that right? Now say print within the math module. There is SQRT. We should provide one value 6. It gives the square root of that 16.
Sir, what was the slash?
Here
Square root
slash. So
x comma slash.
so here this is a function. This is an argument. There are different types of arguments in Python, right? Default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword, arbitrary variable length arguments, right? So this indicates it's a non-default. So just I'll be discussing it later, but this has nothing to do now. This it says this x is what? Non-default argument means you should compulsory provide value for x whenever you call this square root, right? So this is there is nothing to do, but in the previous versions, it is used to give the comment about the slash also. What is this slash also? It is used to say it indicates that x is what non-default argument. There are different types of arguments are there. This slash indicates it's a non-default. Yes. So
Okay,
what is
thank you.
non-default and other arguments I'll be discussing later, right? But just check this. Okay, plus square root. You provide one value x. It returns the square root of the x. Okay, so I provided 16, right? You got the output as 4. Similarly, if you want help on any other function, for example, here POW is there. Help on within the math model, there is a POW, right? It just provides how many values you need to provide. Help on built-in function power in the module math. Power is expecting two values x comma y. It returns x to the power of 5. This double star means power symbol. It is clearly mentioning here x to the power of 5. So provide two values, it returns x to the power of y. Printer math dot POW like 10 comma 3 means 10 to the power of 3, that is 1000. Run module. Right? 10 to the power of 3 is 1000. In this way, You can get the help of any functionality present in any module, not only this, any other module also. This help function going to help you with the syntax. And I said generating graphs also is very simple, right? Without any knowledge of any programming language, even without any knowledge of Python, you can understand each and every line, right? And one example. So for plottings and visualizations, we have got a module called matplotlib. This is the name of a module. Just like math module, for plottings, visualizations, we have got matplotlib. Within that, we have got a built-in functionality like pyplot. So in the previous example, every time I need to say math dot, math dot, math dot, math dot. Here, every time I should use this name, right? Dot, matplotlib, pyplot dot. So instead of using this very big name, I can use alias name as P or shortcut name, alias name or shortcut name as P or PLT I can use. Now, if you want a graph, PLT dot plot function. Plot function, for a graph to plot, you require X coordinates, list of X coordinate values and Y coordinate values. Y coordinate values. Okay. These are a set of X coordinates, set of Y coordinates. So plot a graph based on this X and Y coordinates. PLT dot show. That's it. Just import the module, plot X and Y coordinates, show. That's it. Save it. Control S. A graph is going to be generated right here. So PLT here, sorry, PLT, because here we have used PLT. Whatever name you have used, that name. Can you see a graph is generated, right? Observe 1, 5, 2, 7, 3, 4. 1, 5, 2, 7, 3, 4. Okay, I'll just take one small task right. So here I'll just take 5-10 minutes more. Age values are there. 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Income values are like this. For 30 years, 30,000, 40 years, 40,000, 50 years, 35,000, 60 years, 50,000. Age values and salary values. Now let's check this run module. Now check this. For 30 years, 30,000. For 40 years, 40,000. For 50 years, 35. For 60, it is 50,000.
Sir, can I disturb you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, sir, how can I add, labels like that is salary on y-axis and age on x-axis?
Okay, you want what is this 30, 35,
Yeah.
40,
Yeah.
and what is this? Okay, you want to add some label to this X coordinate. some label to y coordinate, right? So
Yes, sir.
very simple here. We are using this PLT, right? Using that PLT dot what you want x-axis label, just x label, a built-in functionality. This is x-axis label I want. What is it x-axis label? Age. Hmm.
It's
That's it can be. Similarly, using this PLT dot y label, it's a built-in property functionality. Y-axis label. What is it? Income or salary. Okay. And if you want some heading to the graph, PLT dot title. Title I want. I want some title for that entire. So some sample graph I'm saying. So you can provide this. Check it, run module. Now you can check. Now can you see this?
uh, cool. Okay, got it.
Age, x-axis label is age, y-axis label is income. The title is what? Sample graph. You can have this, right? Age, income, x-axis, y-axis, and the title for that. Now, yes, be in mute. I'm getting sounds. Yeah. So yes. Now you got a solid graph in blue color, right? Even if you want in dotted graph or in different color, right? You can use give comma after this, give comma after this, hyphen you say. You will get in dotted lines format. Check it. You will get in dotted line format in this way. And if you want some different color, not in blue, I want in a different color. Give comma again say color equal to green, green, green color, right? Yes. So it appears in green. Run module. Green color, dotted line format, right?
Sir, in the line, I have to follow the same way, like line color, line dotted line, or first I can give color, then later I can give dotted.
No, no. In this way only we should go.
Okay.
So later I discuss much. We have got a lot of not only this, we can different types of shapes you can get further graph, right? So just simple. Do you see any complex word here? Title for this y-axis label, x-axis label, plotting x coordinate, y coordinate, hyphen color green. So if you give plt dot plot normal graph, plt dot bar if I give here bar graph you'll get. Here if I give HIST here histogram you will get. And any type of graph. PIE if I give pie graph. PIE here if I give pie graph. Yes, just I'll take 2 minutes. I'll show you one more, right? Yes, I'll just copy this same matplotlib. If I want to generate a pie graph, how simple generating a pie graph? So, for example, how are the sales of mobiles? I want to analyze it. Sales of mobiles, the mobile names Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, OnePlus. Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, and OnePlus. You got four mobiles, and the sales are like this. For example, sales of August sales. Samsung somewhere like 45, Vivo 10, Oppo 15, and this has got 25. 30 you say. Okay, August sales are for Samsung 45, Vivo 10, Oppo 15, OnePlus. Now generate a pie graph. PLT dot PIE. A pie graph has to be generated based on August sales. Based on August sales, generate a pie graph. And in that graph, labels, provide labels. Labels as nothing but mobiles. The mobile names only use as the labels. Now say plt dot show. Check this. Check this set. A pie graph is going to be generated from this. Check it. Which has got more cells? Samsung. Next, OnePlus. Next, Oppo. Next, Vivo. So here labels means this label Samsung is one label. OnePlus, Oppo, Vivo. Yes. This generating a pie graph. Very simple, right? Do you see any complex statements other than this mobile names in the sales of August and generating a pie graph based on August sales, right? Even if you take any complex graph also that you can be easily understandable, right? So if I take a stack plot, for example, I want to take a stack plot. For example, if you got 5 days of holidays, you want to visualize how did you spend your holidays, right? How did you spend your holidays within that 5 days? What are the different activities you have performed? Visualize by using a graph. Visualize by using a graph. Check this graph, right? Days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 4 activities: sleeping, eating, working, playing. Day 1, 7 hours for sleeping, 2 hours for eating, 7 hours for working, 8 hours for playing. 8 plus 7, 15 plus 2, 17 plus 7, 24 hours. This is day 2. This is day 3, day 4, and day 5. So I want a stack plot this time. This days, how many days? 5 days as x coordinate. This 4 activities as y coordinates. Color for this for 4 activities, 4 colors. Later I discuss about all this in brief. Magenta, cyan, red, black. X-axis label days, y-axis label hours. Title, you can provide some title, right? Run module. Check this 24 hours, right? See this y coordinate 24 hours, x coordinate 5 days. Day 1, 7 hours sleeping, 2 hours for eating, blue color. Working, 7 hours for working, 8 hours for playing. Day 2, 8 hours, working 8 hours, playing 5 hours. Okay. X coordinate days, Y coordinate hours. Title for this one is. So this is a stack plot, right? There's nothing. Did you see any complex statements here? X-axis label, Y-axis label, title, this activities. So in this way, just I was showing you some examples, right? Even generating graphs is simple here in Python. So the sample example course from tomorrow we'll be starting with the actual technicals of Python. So when Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, Python execution modes. So from tomorrow we'll start with the Python technicals, right? Installations, execution modes, everything, right? So this is the course structure that we are going to discuss, right? In brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about this Python basics, history, applications, features, advantages, installations, different editors, IDs, data types, variables, constants, Operators in Python, IDEs, integrated development environments. Yeah, Python IDEs like Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections, list indexing, list properties, list functions, list methods, list address, nested list, similarly tuples, sets, dictionaries in Python, functions, different types of functions, properties, categories, arguments, lambda function, reduce function, filter function, map function, modules in Python, how to rename, how to reload, how different ways of importing, package in Python, errors and exception handling, file handling in Python, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, and regular expressions. Regular expressions, right? Yes. I'll be discussing about different models related to different domains, some related to data science, some related to big data, some related to regular expressions, some related to operating system, some related to database, and some related to graphics and how to create our own modules, right? Check database access. I'll show you the installation of one database, database operations, transaction management, Python data and time, operating system module, advanced concepts, graphical user interface, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Python pandas module in brief, NumPy numerical Python in brief, matplotlib plottings and visualizations in brief, right? And people who want to go for Python full stack. So this is this 30 topics for Python core and Python advanced. So 70 hours, right? 2 months duration, 5,000 is the course structure for this. That's course fee. And people who go for full stack, you'll be given knowledge about along with Python core and advanced, you'll be given knowledge on web development technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and also like Django framework, REST API, and project. Django framework, right? Nearly 15 to 20 applications you'll be creating along with me parallel in this Django framework. Yes. And UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap will be discussed along with MySQL, right? So for full stack Python, right? Web development courses, Django, REST API project. Total it takes 2 months for it. Right. The course structure will be 7,000 for that Django. Totally, it will be like 12,000 for entire full stack. But if you are choosing the entire, if you are going separately, but if you are taking the entire full stack, right? It's like 10,000 is the fee structure for this entire full stack. For Python core and advanced is fine, right? You can see this chart panel, right? You can see the payment details and the procedures and that Google Pay or this net, what is the net banking details. And if you got any concerns, right, the contact details of the online team is provided here. And that yesterday demo video, if anyone have not attended that yesterday demo, right, you can see the demo video is given there. YouTube link is given, and that course content, Python full stack total course content is given. Python course content is given, right? Tomorrow also you can attend the session same time using the same link to see more on this, right? Tomorrow I'll go with the technical stuff. You can understand how this training goes. Yes. Yes. And you will be getting the everyday session video once you got enrolled, like within within 2 days, the link will be changing. So every day you'll be getting video to your Google Drive. Notes you'll be getting to your mail address, and a WhatsApp group will be created, right? And any queries. If you got any error, you can take the snap of that error and keep in the WhatsApp group. If anybody can answer, I'll be answering it. Any other queries, anyone? Yes. Tomorrow you can attend same time using the same link to see more on this. So from tomorrow, the actual Python course will be starting with today and yesterday and today, just introduction to Python. Why Python, right? Yes. So if there are no other queries, then I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time. Yes. So and the timing of this batch, let me make it clear, right? First, yesterday I was saying for first 1 week or 10 days will be at 8 o'clock, but later it starts at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8. The timing of this batch will be from 7 to 8.
In 7 to
First
8 a.m. Yeah, PM.
AM morning only, but just 1 hour early because as a request made by the students, those who are going to the jobs and those who are going to the colleges, 7 to 8, they can listen to the class and go to their jobs and colleges, right? Morning only, just 1 hour early to that regular timing, our regular time.
Okay, sir. I have a question. I am working as a like production support engineer right now. It could be help to me like in future the Python.
So Python, right? I said Python can be used in different environments.
Okay.
If you are going like in data science, in big data, in networking, in DevOps environment, in IoT, some everywhere, most of this high-end technologies they are using Python today. And even writing automation scripts, even for the administrators, database administrators, system administrators, writing Python script instead of complex Linux shell script, right? So Python is used in different areas, right? So if you are changing your area, or directly or indirectly, you will just touch with Python, right? Then directly or indirectly, everyone need to have the knowledge of Python today.
And whenever the course is completed, then you can guide to me the project because I put in my CV in experience, right?
Mhm.
Then anyone guide to me the project.
Yeah, I said right. You'll be one project will be discussed.
Sorry.
One project will be discussed.
Okay. Okay. Then totally it's take like 4 months, right?
Python full stack it takes totally 4 months, but only Python core and advanced it takes 2 months, 70 hours,
Okay.
and totally full stack 130 hours.
Okay.
So you'll be given. But if you want to go parallelly, I said right. One second. If you want to Python, you can this Saturday and Sunday, right? Saturday and Sunday, weekend batches are there on this Django and with web development means first you'll be learning with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, which doesn't require any Python knowledge. This Saturday there is a batch starting parallelly, right? You want to attend parallelly, you can go with that because immediately Python related topics won't be discussed there. First, you'll go with web development, developing a web page, right? Yes. This Saturday at morning 7 o'clock, 7 a.m., right?
Okay, whenever I go to the Python, we need to first check with JavaScript and these things, right?
So web development, right? To develop a web page, compulsory you need to have the knowledge on HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Okay, before by Python start, we need to check with those things, right?
Parallelly, you can go, right? Learning Python from Monday to Friday. Saturdays, Sundays, you'll be having sessions on that.
Okay.
Means if you want
And
to
who,
go back.
who can guide us for the like all the details? If anyone number, could you please put here?
So no, technical aspects I'll be guiding. For the fees, the other things, you can go with that online team.
Oh.
So if you doesn't spend 4 months, right? You want to complete in 2.5 months like that, you can go parallelly, I'm
No,
saying.
no, no, no. It's not required like it's 2 months we need to complete. I am okay for 4 months. That's not an issue for me.
Okay. So that's fine. Any other queries for anyone?
Then
Yes.
then we can start with like only Python Monday to Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay, then whenever the Python complete, then we can start the rest of things, right?
Yes. So most of these Django batches, most of the Django or this web development batches will be on Saturdays and Sundays,
Okay.
on weekends, right? So you can, once you get enrolled in the full stack, you can attend any of my Django batch.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
is Python framework, right? Yes. Fine. Any other queries, right? Anyone? Okay. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow, same time, using the same link. So more on this Python, right? Yes. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.